Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to the Witness Without Identity channel. Guys, today we're going to talk about Liam Neilson. Again, this is the second part. I'm going to talk about, this is about The View now. The View had a show about him. And in the show, they were talking about like, basically, Liam Neilson, as you know, had an interview and they told him, where did you get, because he was having a movie and he was talking about the movie and how he was able to capture that that emotion of revenge. And he said that came out of an experience that he had I think 25-30 years ago, when there was this woman that told him that she was raped, and Liam Neilson said that it asked the woman, what is the person's color? And the woman said that it is a black man. And Liam Neilson took a metal club, and went out in the street of like where he was living, but in the black area where there's more black people, trying to look for a black man to kill with a club for about a week. And then after that, it came out, and he's like, wow, what the hell was this? And he stopped doing that. And luckily, he did not kill anybody. So it's a very interesting topic. So basically, that's where we are. And the ladies of The View were talking about it. And I think it was interesting because everybody had a different view. Joy had a different view. And I want to give my opinion after you guys look at it.
Actor Liam Neisson did an interview promoting his movie Cold Pursuit and was asked where he drew his inspiration for his character seeking revenge from. And here's how he answered the question and how he clarified it.
Did you know who he was? No. What color were they? She said it was a black person. I went up and down areas with a cosh, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. And I did it for maybe a week, hoping some black would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, you know, so that I could kill him.
You sometimes just scratch the surface and you discover this racism and bigotry, and it's there. It was this primal hatred, I guess, that really, really shocked me when I eventually came down to earth.
So, how do you feel about the explanation?
Want to start?
No.
Well, okay, I will. I love it in Liam. I feel bad that this happened, you know, this whole thing. But to me, it's like, you know, people have prejudices and bigotries in themselves. It doesn't mean they have to express them constantly. You know, there's this whole movement that every thought that you have has to come out. You know, I think that it's such an ugly thing to be racist or to be bigoted or to have these type of feelings in yourself. Keep them to yourself. You know, this morning I was walking to work here, and there was a dead rat in the street. A dead rat, which my husband said, we're never walking on the street again. And I thought the reason that dead rat is there is because they're doing excavation. Usually rats are under the building and you don't see them. That's where these things belong, in my opinion. There's something has been ignited in this country and around the world that people just feel free to say these horrible things to each other. And I think it's better to keep your big mouth shut.
For the most part, I agree.
But let me make an addendum. If it was a conversation, I'm not against conversations about race. I will go there. But I think it's difference between two Harvard professors or people who are intelligent people having conversation about the subject. That is instructive. But to just vent your venom and your hatred, and I will give him this, the guy was stressed out and probably in a very strange state of mind because of what happened to him. And, you know, his wife died unexpectedly.
Yeah, but that's not, it's not
it's
connected.
Not an excuse.
I'm just making sure everybody realizes. Yeah. What he says happened is he came, let's be clear, he came back, and someone who was very, very dear to him told him that she had been raped. He asked her a whole bunch of questions, and he also asked her what the guy looked like. He went out then, in his rage, and it was a black man, and in his rage and anger, he went out to try to start a fight. That was the story he told. Now, this wasn't last month, this wasn't a year ago, this is 30 years ago he's talking about. Right. So I hear what you're saying, but what he was doing was explaining where he got his
ability to act in these
what is
movies,
that,
the process?
Yeah, what his process was. So he was not saying that. Listen, I'm just explaining because I want to make sure that it doesn't sound like you're calling him a racist.
No,
which I don't
I'm
think
not
that's
talking
what
about
you're
him
doing.
in particular. I'm talking about people venting these prejudices that lie there dormantly, and then everybody feels it's open season on saying terrible things about each other.
But I actually
that's what I don't like.
I'm glad he didn't cancel his appearance this morning on GMA because he easily could have and just shied away from it, and he didn't, and he addressed it. And I actually had a different reaction than you, Joy. I found what he said refreshing in a way and so not PC at a time when maybe the conversation doesn't need to be PC, because he admitted that he had problems. He admitted that he had thoughts that were bad, and that he regretted, and that he said he got help for.
Yeah.
And I think it's in these conversations, and Megan, you said this yesterday about just what the NFL's going through. It's the lack of these types of conversations that don't get us anywhere. And so seeing him out there on the morning show saying, I admit, I struggled, and I had these dark thoughts that you never want to admit publicly, but he was there admitting it and saying, I was wrong to feel that way.
Right.
I actually found that at a time we're in, to not be PC, I found that helpful and maybe can move the conversation to a better place.
See, I didn't want to start the conversation because I'm so confused by what I heard and what I saw, because he was talking about how he processes his acting and how he taps into this rage. And he taps into this rage by going back to this feeling that he had when he found out that a dear friend of his was raped by a black man, and how he went searching through the black areas of Ireland to seek out a black man to harm. And I understand very well, I think, how you would feel if a loved one was harmed, and how you would want to harm the person that did that to them, the person that did that. What I can't understand is how you would go out and seek a random person of the same race to harm. Because that, for me, feels like a modern day lynching. And that's what happened to black men in this country by white men somehow trying to be righteous about a white woman's virtue. And that really felt like my father could be walking down the street and someone would just attack him. And and for Liam to still be using that experience as his inspiration to tap into
and to talk about it while he's promoting a movie.
I didn't understand. I still don't understand.
I think it's what it is it's a.
Yes. So you see the video. So basically, we got Joy here saying that, hey, we should hide it. I don't agree with that. I think it's good for Liam Neilson to come out. Joy is saying no, he should hide it. He should not say anything. Yeah. He should just hide it. No, you should talk about it. And Whoopi Goldberg is giving Liam Neilson kind of a pass. She sees that, hey, we have a dark side. I'm more on the side of, like, I agree with Whoopi. All of us have a dark side, and sometimes it can come out in an extreme experience, like rape. A loved one has got raped, and it comes out, and then you find out, wow, I have like some sort of a racist inclination, and you know, and that's what Liam Neilson did, and he's telling us that he came out and he went and he got help, and now he's in a better place, and he did not commit the crime, so we got to give him credit for that again. And the one guest that was very intriguing in the View was Sunny. Sunny was pretty interesting what she was saying. She was saying that this is so awful what the guys did. He went around looking for, like, it's kind of like a modern day lynching. And I agree. The act was ugly. Liam Neilson is not making it like to say that, oh, this wasn't an ugly. He's saying that, no, this is totally ugly and this is totally not fair. And innocent men dying for the guilty is never fair. You cannot do that if you're a normal human being. It's not good to do that. And that's what what's his name? That's what Sonny Austin is saying, and I agree with her on that. I mean, I understand what she's saying, but I think she's not giving a little bit of compassion of what exactly Liam Neilson is saying. Liam Neilson is saying that basically, this is what was inside of me, and I felt horrible about it. It's not saying like he felt proud about it. He felt horrible. And so if he tells you that he feels horrible about it, then we have to take him at his word. And I think as a society, we need more people to bring out their racism, and so that they can be on display, so that we can clean it up as a society, and we can move on and create a better world. That's the way I look at it. Situations like that have to come out. I think it's good for people, instead of people to hide it. There's a lot of people that are hiding it right now, both black and white. Black racism, white racism, Chinese racism, Indian racism. All of us, we are hiding some sort of hardcore racism. And I think as a society, eventually the ultimate goal is for us to melt and to become one. I mean, I think that's it. So Sonny kind of felt that, you know, that the fact that Liam Neilson uses that energy that he had of revenge for his movie prove that he's probably a racist still today, or he still has like an attraction to that kind of like behavior. But I don't think so. I think what Liam Neilson is saying is that, hey, the artist industry, because I took a acting class once. They told me that sometimes you gotta tap into your dark side, and that's what Liam Neilson did. He tapped into his dark side, and he's using it for art. He's not using it to harm anybody. So when you see the movie, it could make the movie more interesting actually, and actually make you want to watch the movie, because he's tapping into a real emotion that he had of revenge, and I think that's good. I kudo to Niam Neilson for coming out and saying those things, because it takes courage, and we need more people to come out and say things like that. Like, you know, you need to come out. Racism is not good on either side. It's not good for the white side, it's not good for the black side, it's not good for the Indian side, Chinese side. As you can see, the name of the channel is called Witness Without Identity. Witness Without Identity. Or identity is killing us. We need to live in a world without identity. I said it, okay? All right, take care, guys. Have a good day.